Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another beautifully polygonal day here on my procedurally generated community Minecraft server. Up here on the top of my ship, but you might see something's a little different. That's right, I've put in the shaders to see how they'd look on the realm, and I think they look pretty cool. I don't think I get as much render distance as I normally would, but I do like the way things look, especially the water. Alright, so this is the ship, and I thought I'd give a tour of the ship because I haven't done that in a while. But let's start by giving it a quick little overview and see how it looks out and around here. We'll go flying out this way. You can kind of see some of the low plain waters that some of the other people were building with. I think that ship looks pretty good right now. Oh yeah, so I'm going to fly around here, taking a big long look around it. Cannon's looking good. The ducks are still out there. That island's still lit up because I don't want anything spawning there. Alright, so let's do a tour of the ship, and the first thing we need to do is probably... Yep! Sploosh, look underground, or underwater. Wow, it does not look good underwater with shaders. Let me get out of the water here real fast. My friends, what's up with all those bubblings? Let me get that out of the way, too. Am I still flying? I am. Up in the air. Okay. So the first thing I did was get to the top of this mountain, actually. None of this was up here. I got and climbed up from the top of this mountain from over here where... Fort Kickbutt is. Let me go fly to Fort Kickbutt real fast. When I first got on the server, Fort Kickbutt was over here. There's Fort Kickbutt right there. And as you can see by the multiple portals, there was a lot of portal exchange going on here. We were all trying to get our portal set up. A lot of these places, 8 Ravens beneath me, a lot of these places were a little too close for the portals to work effectively. They kept syncing to the same one, so that was the problem there. But the first thing I did was build this dock. Well, I came down, I caught the village, and I saw the village was here, so I secured a whole bunch of the villagers. Made sure the villagers weren't going to go anywhere. And then I was like, okay, what am I going to do? And I was like, well, you know what? I've never built a ship. So that's what I did. I built this ship. And as I said, I started with the dock, right? So, oh man, there's so many creeper explosions over here. I wonder what's been going on, gang. I'm probably halfway responsible, too. So I built the dock, and I was like, alright, so the dock's there, and now I gotta build the ship. So what I did for the ship is I outlined the frame of the ship around this part down here. So the deck of the ship was the first thing that went in. And I flew above it and looked at it and took pictures using Minecraft apps to see what it looked like from above. So all of this frame at this level was put in. None of this flooring, just the framing. Alright, so, wow, it's dark beneath deck. Let's go beneath deck, though, and show you what happened next. After I did the frame, I did the hull. And, man, I really do like how the water looks in different areas, in different, lighting aspects. Alright, so I did the hull of the ship, the keel of the ship, and I went all the way down. And then I went up in the air and built this guy for Captain Stubing. And wow, you can't really see in his industrial shaded glass booth. He doesn't want any sun coming in there. But yeah, that's what I built first, and then after that, on the ship I should say, after that I went down below deck. Here's gonna get dark, ladies and gentlemen. So come on, get below deck, you. What is going on? I want to fall. How hard is it to fall? Okay. So then went below deck. And built, man, it's getting darker and darker as you'd expect, but despite all the light sources. And I built this guy right here, which again with the glass, wow, it doesn't look very good. But as you can see, it is a villager breeding exchange, right? So they get bred and they come out and they pop out and they go land over here. And then I made this delivery system for all of these guys. Whilst being mindful, this is what all it was, right? So I had all of that stuff built up there, and I had this stuff down here, and I was like, okay, this has to be collection system stuff. So this is all, this is all glass in here also, so you can get in and take a look at the collection system stuff. Water, right? And did all this, and then built the villager exchange. Probably not too far at all. I think. Well, this got built first, and then the little micro farm got built behind it because inspired by Impulse SV and Dirt Dude 117. You know, it's really just a little half slab above here kind of creates a permanent darkness there. So as these things are dispensing onto like wheat or carrots or potatoes, right? And it'll dispense them so fast that they'll mature and pop out before they pop out from the darkness. All right, so then this was all made, and I started filling it up. There was a huge time lapse I did back before I broke my replay mod. I think I've got it working again, but the huge time lapse I did of the removal of water down here and the creation of this villager trading hall, right? So that was like way early, way early. And then I came over here and I was like, man, I want a moon pool. So I made a moon pool, and I started this little opening for the submarine. But for those of you who just started watching a little bit ago, you realize that the submarine is actually pretty new. It was just a dirt framing before. So, all right, after this was made, right, we can go up to the next deck because we finished it off. All right, I think it looks pretty good. As you can see, there's some villagers that still need to fall into it still. And we went up here, and then up here, we started with the farms. And let me go all the way down to the bow of the ship again, because that's where those farms got started also. All right, so which farms did I start first? Well, I started I think I did this one first, and then I did that one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did this bamboo farm, sugarcane farm, excuse me, first. And this sugarcane farm is just powered by bud switch powering. You know, watch your head in here, because that's where they will jam down, right? And the reason this one faces down and that one faces down and that one faces down is to convert the bud switch powering around the corner without having the pistons fly outside of frame. In this case, they just kind of pop straight down, right? So I'll pop out of here again. So that was my bamboo sugarcane farm, right? And it flashes. Why not? So whenever it pulses, it flashes. Then I went over here and I built a very simple spider farm, right? So inside of these were a block and a half of space for the spiders, and only spiders to spawn. Oh, hey, saw that thing in action. Then I went back and took the half slabs out and replaced the, on the very top of the inside of the roof, I guess that would be the ceiling, inside the ceiling of this contraption, and replaced them with the wooden shutters, trapdoors, I think they're called, so that creepers would spawn in there. So now creepers will spawn in there. And the way this one works, this is a drowning chamber. This also has a clock. That clock might not be long enough. So it's an open floor for a long time, and then it's water for a long time, and it pushes them, both the spiders and creepers, into a water death chamber over here, and when they die, they filter in and drop their goodies. Now, this worked best when I had a mast directly above it, and it was basically the only thing within 120 blocks that would spawn. But, you know, things change. So I've got the column in the center of the ship now where the main mast is, so it's, well, that's what that is. Alright, so the next two farms I built were this wheat farm and this beetroot farm. I don't care about the beetroot farm, but the wheat farm at this point I probably should redo. I didn't have very much redstone at the time, so there's a few powered rails, and basically I didn't have any gold left because I, you know, made the villager trading hall down there, and that took a lot of gold. In the beginning of the game, we didn't have very many resources. I had to borrow some gold from 8 Ravens, who was able to utilize the trading farm also. It was a nice little exchange. But here, as you can see, it's detector rail into powered rail, and once the minecart stops through a chunk loading error or, you know, relogging the game or whatever, Java, right? Well, then it's stuck. So I think I might have to redo these at some point. At least this one for sure. Make sure it's always running. You know, put a whole bunch of powered rail sequences along the straight lines, and then make sure they're all powered. So that'll be something to get to. So this wheat farm, it produced, it yielded for a long time. It's just now it's, you know, the carts aren't moving, so it's not doing anything, and you see the beetroot there. Over here, two different styles. This style is the villager picks it up and throws it somewhere style, right? All right, so those two, well, those two spaces were supposed to be dark, so they would always need to be planted. And wow, this one did not work very well at all. All right, I'm closing this up because I think there's a villager in here. There might not be. Wow, so all of these are planted, and the way this was supposed to work, and it did work for a little while, is there's a water source with a lily pad, so the dude doesn't get stuck on it. But every time you hit a pressure plate, it'll update the block next to it. So if those are dark and fully grown out, you know, that's where the guy's going to try to plant his stuff. And it's going to pop out. Boom, boom, boom. Every time he steps on it, it'll pop out. But he'll be full, or she, you know, villagers, androgynous, they will be full if they have an entire stack of carrots. They'll try to plant a carrot, and it'll pop out and go into the thing. But then all these carrots out here, you know, that guy's got to have a full inventory of carrots, is what I'm saying. And over here, it was potatoes. So basically the same style on both sides. It worked for a little while, and then stopped working, and now the only way I get potatoes and carrots is to use the microfarm down below. But that's something to revisit, perhaps on the next time we start a world, because we are talking about starting a world here as we get to the next 2 farms. This is a cow farm, a simple grate, right? That drops down into a water stream, that funnels anything. So what you would do is you would breed them up here, right? And the baby cows would fall through the grate, but the adult cows would stay above. And the same held true for the pigs, right? I just stopped using these. You'll see why. So the pigs would fall down, or the cows would fall down, and then from here I could just vanquish them, and all their goodies would fall into these chests below, right? All right, so those were pretty good ones. So after that farm, I came over here, and did I do this one next? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did this one after I did. I hear it's raining outside, so I'll wait. Outside, there is a larger, you know, free-range farm. Down here, this farm, I had hoped to put 6 of each of the sheep into each pen, but I think these pens are only big enough to hold 4, and I'm pretty certain that because of the size and how many sheep are in various pens, that some of them are dying off. Like over here, wow, all of these guys seem to be holding their numbers all right, or this one might be new because I have read them up to get some. But over here, these guys are just dying, so that there's only like 1 in each pen. So I think there's some math to that. We'll have to look into that, especially if we start the new server and I start a big farm, because I might start with a big farm right away. The lighting above comes from the tree farm, which we'll get up to in just a moment. That's why there's a couple strips of dirt there. Back here, I think the next thing I built was was it the smelters or the cactus farm? The cactus farm, we'll say. And as you can see, this thing is completely loaded for bear right now. There's a whole bunch of cactus. And you can kind of walk around in here, but I wouldn't recommend it. You know, the iron bars prevent things from growing up to the very ceiling, and they pop off here and then happen. What's going on here? I must be on a torch. I am. All right, my super smelters are pretty straightforward. Double chest, funneled into 2 Ferni, double chest. And so basically what that does is fuel in the back, party in the front. So you basically have fuel that goes in through this chest, and whatever you're smelting goes in through that chest. And because those are bottom half slabs, are they bottom half slabs? Pretty sure those are bottom half slabs, but these might be full because of the tree farm. You know, you can melt up whatever you're melting up, right? Those must be for Micah. Micah, come get those. Some extra sand for glass if I ever get around to it. I'm showing you all this, but this wasn't the next thing that was built, actually. After I built, nor was the villager trading area. Was it? I don't think the villager trading area was either. I think the villager trading area came after this up here. This is the iron farm. Is there a way up from here? There isn't. So I'm pretty sure I built the iron farm after I built the villager breeder. Alright, it's pretty straightforward box design. Let me reset the sun real fast. Man, the weather's been terrible out here. Oh, I do like it when it looks like this, though. This looks pretty cool when there's still that sheen, kind of light rain. Oh, it's gone now, but it's still moist from the rainfall before. But as you can see, it's drying out. I think that's pretty cool. Wow, it's a bright blowout on the sun there. Ah, yeah. Still in all, it looks pretty cool. All right, back inside. Let's go upstairs real fast. Back on ship, I should say. So after I built the villager breeder, this was the next thing that was built, the iron farm. The spa, the pool, the above deck pool, right? So then that got built. And then, once that was built, I think I had, all of the walls were kind of framed. And then up here, there was nothing. Right? So below deck, I made Oh yeah, I made the tree farm. Oh, you're gonna love this. The tree farm was made. Come on, fall. Come on, fall. It's just gravity. There we go. And this wasn't made yet, so I made the tree farm. That's pretty straightforward. Let me go ahead and, you know, you jump on there, you chop down all the trees, and then you hit the button. You hit the button, hit the button, bam. And then all the water flows to the middle, and, you know, everything collects to here. Okay, so that's a pretty simple, straightforward tree farm. The trees are about 5-6 rows apart. I forget exactly how many, and that's just to give them space for leaves to grow in between. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Then I made, oh man, these guys. You know what these are. That's right. These are the ship's cannons. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can do this really super quick. Top here. Yes, that looks amazing. I can do that all day long. And I think it looks really, really cool with the Optifine effects. Ooh, you know what? I might have to get up in the middle. What is that bat doing here? Don't you know it's the middle of the day, bat? You need to get out of here, bat. All right, so the cannons were made. That was made. Oh, and then over here. Hold on, below deck real fast. One more below deck. One of the two shenanigans. Back over here. Frickin' Micah put in this little music box, and if you listen very close, it happened during Halloween, so. So that's what that is. Let me see if I can get the double pulse going here to lock it up. Locking it up here. There we go. Now it's all locked up. Excellent. So that was made, and then these were filled in super late, but let me talk about them real fast. This is the treasure kind of collection area, you know, diamond blocks, golden armor, gold nuggets, diamond armor, you know, redstone, all that stuff, fine art, all that stuff's here. And this stuff, actually, there's 2 squares in the center of these little brig areas that are dark enough to get spawns. So I have captured a zombie and renamed him Prisoner. But then he got out, and I had to vanquish him. He was, like, toiling around somewhere. And I think it happened twice because I think Tons also had the same thing happen to him. Oh, so that was frustrating. What is this? Why do I have... These are egg launchers. Did I really... They shoot eggs out. I forgot about these. Okay, so these are little more porthole... defensive parameter things. As you can see, they shoot eggs out there. They were going to shoot arrows, but I decided to let them shoot eggs. Okay, so that's what this section down here is. All right, moving back up here. All right, this happened after what happened above deck, so I'll go above deck real fast. All right, the next thing that was built, I'm pretty sure, was the captain's, well, the grand staircase. So I built this grand staircase in 1 episode. I know that seems like a lot of time, but I did the staircase, this staircase, the flooring and the top flooring, and I was also being mindful of this structure, these things in here, how they would look, right? So this was the captain's quarters. I think I'd showcased this just a little bit the other day. Footlocker, purple bed, bookshelf, grandfather clock, dresser drawer that's open. Nice potted plant, the mirror through to the other side, and all looks good. Let's close this up. Boom, there's a super secret passageway through here. Both of them have super secret passageways. There's a super secret passageway here, excellent. And over here you can see it's a different kind of grandfather clock with a different dresser, but it's still kind of got the mirrored look because everything's kind of right where it needs to be. Alright, so that was done. Bang, bada boom, bada bang. Close those bad boys up. So that clock is a hidden mechanism inside here, right? But I figured I'd go ahead and utilize the clock aesthetics as well as I could while... Let's see here. Do I have a... I'm pretty sure this is the clock. So there's the mechanism for the clock. Looking pretty cool, right? Thanks, Tons, for showing me that little trick. Pretty funny how your redstone signal can be exactly 1 second. So that worked out pretty well. Alright, what else are we doing here? Let me put this on here just in case. Back outside. It's awfully bright. Awfully bright. Alright, so then what did I do? Well, at some point, I did the main mast. So, well, let's go... Was the main mast before this stuff? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. Alright, the main mast I built, and I took many times. I built it once, and it was too big, and then I had to tear it down and come back. So, the mast took multiple episodes, because that is a lot of lumber, right? So I had to go get all of that wood and get the mast built up there. And then once the mast was done, inside here, the section I'm climbing up now, I built a pumpkin farm. Whoop. Let's take a look around. Oh yeah, it's pretty. Some of the stuff is really pretty. I really do like the shaders. Hold on. I really do like the shaders. So, oh, come on. You and you. Peek in here, it's awfully dark. Through the stained glass, you can kind of see the pumpkin farm is down there. It's big enough to get multiple pumpkins, more pumpkins than I need. Up at the very, very top, hold on, let's go ahead and climb through it, I suppose. Up at the very top was what was built next in here, which was a fish farm, but along the way I built that enchanting section there. This section is still blank because I hadn't decided on whether or not there was going to be anything here. There might be, there might not, but you know, some emergency enchants go down there, but that's not where most of my enchanting goes down these days. Not since I built the zombie pigman farm, of course. That thing is just too easy to use. Alright, then up here, everything's sorted out. Bang, bang, bang. Alright, so items, all the things you would find from fishing. And then up here is the filtering system for the fish farm. And then, of course, out to the actual fish farm itself. To get to the fish farm, kind of, you gotta kind of climb through the water. Oh, come on. There we go. So you go through the water, right? And then you gotta come over here. And then you fish from right here. So, you know, that's pretty convenient. This should be closed if you're gonna be fishing, though. There we go. We got my parrots. And the parrot's deck, not the poop deck. Not the crow's nest. This is the parrot's nest. Parrots are up here. And then, of course, our view from up here. Wow, that sun's really hitting that glare of the water really bad right there. But it's looking good. Then, of course, after this, after we built all of this, this was our new observation deck for the... Make sure I got everything done. For the spawn, for the farms and such that we had. Wow, the grass really looks interesting in that section. And then I built all of the sails. And each one of the sails took a little bit of time also. They weren't easy. But that's a lot of wool, and then I had to put carpet on top of them so they were unspawnable. Alright, so that was... Wow, is that all of... Over here I have a couple tree farms. Let me go and hop on to that little building right there. Wow. Alright, Tons came over here and remodeled the infrastructure of the city, but it's still pretty much the same. A tree farm, mega tree farm. The sheep are over there. Did I show everything over this? No, I didn't. There was still the crew's quarters and the galley to do. Let's go take a look at the crew's quarters and the galley. And I think that'll be it for the ship. Maybe there's time for some other things. Let's take a look. Okay, so at some point, I forget when, I built these little sheep and cow and pig and chicken farms. These are micro farms that use entity cramming. So that you can just breed them up, and as they exceed 25, I think, then as the baby cows grow up, they vanquish the older cows. All right, so this is the kitchen, right? The galley. It's got a couple long tables. There's no secret shortcut through those walls, but I thought about it. All right, a table for prepping stuff, cabinetry, kegs tied down, current keg in use. You can see all the animals if you need to get to them from back here. Ovens and cooking and prepping, and a refrigerator. And a brew stand, because this is where I'm now storing... Well, that was miscellaneous, but this is where I'm now storing my night vision and unending breath. Alright, and over here, the crew's quarters. Right, big poker table, kitchenette set, bunks for everyone, beds for everyone, a gaming section, books, a clock, right, and quick travel up to deck if you need to get up onto deck very quickly. Actually, this is to the captain's quarters. So that's if the captain needs to be aware of something too, right? Right on. So that's the ship. Now, I think I'm going to go show you a couple other things that have also been built, but aren't part of the ship. Welcome back, my friends. I was going to head into the nether and show you the zombie pig farm with the shaders on, but that is just way too gloomy and dark in there. It's not worth it. You wouldn't want to see it. You probably couldn't see it. I could barely see anything. So what I decided to do was just go ahead and cut it here. I sure do hope you enjoyed this tour of my construction from point A, the dock, all the way to point where we are now. And I hoped you enjoyed it looking at it through the shaders. I've enjoyed finding out that my shaders can work again, and I am looking forward to using them in my other application. However, that's all the time I have for today, so if you enjoyed yourself, do please give me a thumbs up, and if you really enjoyed it and would like to see more, please do consider subscribing for more coming real soon. If you can't wait that long, YouTube has hand-selected a video for you on my left, and I put together a playlist of this build log from start to end on the bottom left. Until next time, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again real soon. Bye-bye!